Do you think it could have been more transparent?
I think it was transparent. I think it was done legally.
Okay, thank you.
Does this look like transparency? Apparently, Glendale's mayor and the city council think so.
For weeks, they tried to avoid answering our questions about Rick St. John. He's Glendale's double-dipping former police chief who they let retire on July 31st, collect a six-figure pension, and then they rehired him into a new job with a new salary up to $192,000. And all of that happened in less than a month. It was a move Glendale tried to make a secret.
And that's why ABC 15 investigators Dave Biskobing and Melissa Blasius both went to City Hall for answers.
Now, as you watch this story, remember this. This year, under Rick St. John's watch, Glendale PD got put under FBI investigation after we exposed this horrific abuse of force. But Glendale just hired Rick St. John as its deputy city manager and did it under an outside company to avoid the normal hiring process. And no one wants to explain why. Inside the Glendale City Council chambers, we got here 30 minutes, excuse me, sir, before a public meeting to finally try and talk to city leaders who have ignored our questions for weeks.
Mr. Mayor, hi. Melissa Blasius with ABC. Good to see you.
The mayor told us to wait.
We can talk afterwards. I'm going to prepare for this meeting right now.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
The vice mayor told us she'd never talk.
I have no comment. You can stand there all day, ask questions. I'm not going to comment. Thank you.
There were two council members who did stop and speak with us. One was Councilman Jamie Aldama.
Rick St. John is one of the finest law enforcement individuals I've ever met. Going forward, I'd like to see more of more notices on those types of hires, but that's going forward. We voted and we're done with that.
The other was Bart Turner.
What I wanted to make sure of was that we were transparent about what we were doing, and I had raised issues.
It's because of Turner the public had any knowledge of the city hiring St. John through an outside company.
Is that how that worked?
Under his questioning at a meeting 2 weeks ago, city staff reluctantly coughed up the information.
Have we done the interviews and have we made a recommendation back?
Vice Mayor, Councilman Turner, yes, we have done those.
We've done the interviews. Have we made a recommendation back yet?
Yes, there were three that were interviewed, three qualified individuals that were interviewed. The most qualified in that, yes, was Rick St. John.
Okay.
At this week's meeting, Rick St. John attended. In his new role, St. John will oversee Glendale's police and fire departments, making this former chief essentially the police and fire chief's chief. Can we talk to you about your job now?
Sir, I'm sorry. As much as I'd love to be able to speak with you, I just can't.
Why is that?
Well, I have direction from my supervisors. I know as somebody that works in a professional industry, you know that you have supervisors. You have to listen to what your supervisors tell you to do.
So you've been instructed not to talk about your own job?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I've been advised and instructed to allow the city to handle the media interest.
But they've not responded at all.
Well, that's the city's choice. Thank you.
St. John's boss, city manager Kevin Phelps, has turned down multiple interview requests.
Hi, Mayor.
Let us get a picture.
And at the end of the meeting,
We're going to be outside.
the mayor asked us to wait again so he and the council could get a new picture together.
And that's something that the city manager has the authority to do.
We got just 90 seconds to walk with the mayor, who repeatedly deferred to the city manager.
I mean, he's one of the most high-ranking now officials in the entire city. And when we asked questions just before that meeting, we were told by the spokesperson for the council that they didn't know if St. John was even one of the candidates.
Yeah, well, that's where we're at.
Do you think it could have been more transparent?
I think it was transparent. I think it was done legally.
Okay, thank you.
We're still investigating how this all went down, and we're looking into more problems inside the Glendale Police Department. We have more stories coming in the next days and weeks. But for now, I'm investigator Dave Biskobing, ABC 15, Arizona.